It's May 21st. I just got a knock while I was working on the camper. Dre Humphrey reporting from Universal Ostrich Farms. It appears authorities may be present. Others are running as well to the entrance of the camp and farm to see if they have come for the 400 ostriches. And it looks as though they have. I'm going to switch the camera angle now. If you're unfamiliar with this story, we have all the details at savetheostriches.com. Essentially, the state appears to be here. I'm going to stop talking and film.
So, but this is like, in politics, there's not very much that they can all agree on, but they're all agreeing that the ostriches need to be saved. So it's kind of cool. But anyways, welcome to have a wellness check. I know that people are on edge. If we can even do the wellness check outside of the perimeter, people don't like weapons.
Yeah.
It's a weapon because weapons. Obviously, we're really passionate about that to everybody, that there's no weapons.
Yeah.
And so I want to keep it that way because it's important for our leadership to make sure that that message stays clear.
Yeah.
So, and I think I'll get a hold of Mom and make sure she's coming. But yeah, it's been a pleasure to meet you guys.
Thank you.
And you Paul, again. You've always done so much help. You've helped us through a few things here. So anyways, I'll get to Mom and everything's good. So these are our liaisons, please, and we want to give them a round of applause because we want their support and we want them, they know what we're going through, and we want, if it's just a wellness thing, I want to have faith that you guys are really just here doing that, and that you guys you want to see the best thing come out of this too.
Yeah.
And
we've been given no instruction to do anything but to talk to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Don't go home with numbers. Say there's 400 people here. Please.
Or they're just asleep.
Yeah, they're in their tents. But if anybody, whoever doesn't feel comfortable talking, doesn't have to, right? But but please, I encourage people, you guys to talk. We want these guys on our side. We want these guys to give us a heads up if there was.
Where's
one
the sign-in
ever.
sheet?
Oh, it's at the booth. Can you guys come sign in? Okay, thank you.
You want a Band-Aid? I should have something.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a Band-Aid now. That'd be great. What happened, Katie? Why are you bleeding?
She was shaving this morning.
Oh.
Shaving in a hurry. Yeah.
And
All
what
right.
they may have to handle should it come back.
Exactly. So the RCMP is here. It doesn't look like the CFIA, that's the Canadian Food Inspection Agency's hired hitmen to cull these healthy birds, has arrived. Their claim to Katie Pisitny, one of the farmers here at Universal Ostrich Farms, is that they're here to do a wellness check, to check on us. And consistent with how the farm has been with everything, including when their animals were sick, they have complied. They are welcoming the RCMP to do the so-called wellness check. I suspect what is happening is the RCMP behind me are actually here to scout what is happening at the protest. They want to walk around. They want to see what to expect for when the Canadian Food Inspection Agency's hired company comes here. They're going to know where people are situated, what it was like when they first showed up. They're basically scouting out what to expect for when they come to do the call. That's what I believe is occurring. Again, I was running when this started, so I didn't get to properly explain the story. I'm actually going to walk over to the ostriches right now, away from some of the protesters, and just show you how they're doing. It's just so sad. The Canadian Food Inspection says that they are going to continue with the culling of these 400 ostriches behind me. There's some of them right there. They're looking at the RCMP like, what are you guys doing here? What's going on? And the claim is that these ostriches are a risk to the public due to the avian flu. A virus went through this flock last year. It is May. It's almost summer. and some of the younger flock died, I believe 69 of them. But the older ones, ostriches can live till around 75 years. The older ones stood strong, almost all were asymptomatic, and look, he's following. That's so cute, and it's just so sad. Some of them have numbers on them, some of them don't, but the point is, they're healthy and they're not even for human consumption. I've said this a million times, but this is the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. These are not food, these are research birds. And to heighten the hypocrisy more, their research is the process of extracting antibodies from their prehistoric eggs so that those antibodies, which are very robust, can be used to defend off of things like COVID-19 and the avian flu. Okay, so none of it makes sense, perhaps because they're not invested with, big pharma's mRNA technology that they want inside of everything, and they're focused more on natural immunity, a way to use that to fight these viruses the state at least pretends or claims to care so much about. But oh, look at their, I don't know if you can see them running after each other. I mean, it's just so obvious they're healthy. A lot of people, it's early in the morning, some are still in their tents and in their campers or whatever, but it's very clear to me anyways. That's what's happening. The RCMP are here to scout out because the CFIA is unfortunately still going to go ahead with culling these animals. I was just about to release a written statement, so stay tuned for that from the farm, because there's a whole bunch of rumors going around about what type of research they were in, and the rumors fly. They feel they need to go ahead and address some of those, so I will be getting that out. I don't believe it's been published yet, so I'm going to publish that right after this video. But of course I had to check out, oh, there's Karen. I'm going to switch the camera angle now so you can see Karen, co-owner of the farm, right in there with the ostriches, as well as her partner, Dave Belinsky. Again, none of them have been sick. They're able to go into the quarantine zone. Take a look. So, Karen, what do you think about the police coming for a wellness check?
That's okay.
It's okay?
Okay, yep. They actually have been on our side. We're very fortunate, so it's okay.
Yeah. In case you can't hear, she says it's okay. They've been on your side. So what about yourself? Have you been sick at all? You're allowed in the quarantine zone. You're feeding them every day, walking amongst them. How's your health?
I've never been sick through this entire thing, and they've been healthy for almost 4 months, so I don't know why anybody would be sick.
And she says she's been healthy. They've been healthy at least 4 months. But there you go. This is Canada, and a real threat to a lot of things. This is their property. They have been farming ostriches since the 90s. Of course, it started off with food. It's not poultry. It's a nice red meat that I've never eaten before. Comment if you have. But they brought the ostriches originally from Africa, actually, and have been farming and walking amongst them for years and doing their eggs. And in 2020, if you've seen our reports at savetheostriches.com, when the whole world was being told that there was a pandemic that was going to wipe out so many people, they decided to partner with a scientist and a university in Japan to come up with some groundbreaking research, and they actually did that. But it's gotten shut down one way or another whenever they get very close to something that you would think the state wants to preserve and grab a hold of. But then there is the Universal Ostrich Farm. So lots of eyes on here, a lot of political pushback. There are campers here behind me. It looks like you can see here, there's some campers here behind me that are setting up in support. They've been here coming and going, people from as far as Ontario, a lot of people from Alberta, and of course mostly from British Columbia have come here to stand with the farmers against the cull. Oh, that's what I was going to say. While the farmers are still continuing to work on a appeal It's all time sensitive. The ruling, if you recall, that we reported on after the farmers tried to have a judicial review to say, hey, let's stop. Why are we killing these birds? Let's preserve them and the research that they represent. But the federal court sided with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency and said, yep, you can go ahead and kill these healthy animals. Well, it was a 137-page ruling. And so they are working fast on an appeal, but they can come at any second. For all we know, the RCMP here are doing their walkthrough, and then they're going to go back and say, okay, now it's time to go. So it's getting real. Keep following our parts at savetheostriches.com. I am actually camped here. We got Starlink as well, so I can get this video to you right now, unlike before. So if you want to help, please do to cover our expenses for me to be here on the scene so you're the first to know at savetheostriches.com. And we always put information as well on how you can help the farm. Again, that's savetheostriches.com. Hopefully I got better news next time.